So here a turd was following you guys.
It was following me.
I use the word turd for a lot of things, so don't take offense to that, okay?
Don't take offense. He was following me home. He started following me from Crescent Harbor and Regatta.
Okay.
He turned in front of me, and he just continuously kept slamming on his brakes as he was driving, like
brake checking you?
Brake checking me. I wasn't tailgating whatsoever, so that's the weird thing. So I was like, okay, is he not, the person in front of me not okay? So I went around them, and he started following me, and I was like, okay. So I continued down, and I actually live right there in that apartment building. So
how come you didn't go to the cops?
Well, first of all, if I turned right into the police department, he probably would have stopped following me, and I wanted to get his plate number.
If you felt that you were some sort of distress, that's probably your best course of action.
Yes,
instead of contact your boyfriend.
In the moment when I was terrified and didn't know what to do, I called him and I didn't know where to go because this guy was like almost hitting my vehicle behind me. So I turned down this way and then stopped right here, like pulled in right here. Because my boyfriend was outside, and he went up to him and asked him, I don't know what you said. I was getting out of my car.
Is there anything wrong? Is there something wrong here? He's like, no. I thought you were out here looking for $1. I was like, nope. You're just pissing my girlfriend off. You're scaring the shit out of her. And then he proceeds to ask me if I would be willing to let him suck my dick, and he'd offer me $20. So yeah. So at that end, you could tell he was wasted, absolutely wasted.
And with that being said, I wish you would have called. Okay. So if you thought he was impaired,
I did.
I let
the dispatcher know. I said he is visually
it's
impaired.
Not in the call notes. Nope, it's not in the call notes.
Well, then he turned right here on Jensen, turned left, and just busted a U and parked right there, like right on the other side on Jensen, facing this way, and he was just parked there. And I'm right here, and I live right there, so I just turned my lights off and went up and parked my car and walked down, and I noticed that his car was there, and I said, I think that's his car, and he's just waiting, thinking that I was going to pass him.
I would have gone home, to be honest with you. I like how you did cut the lights off, that way he's not really seeing what's going on, so that's smart on you. But I probably would have stayed here, to be honest with you. I would have never driven home. You know, even if the boyfriend's here or not, I still wouldn't have driven home.
I was scared. I was shaken up. I was not thinking.
I understand completely. That's why I say boyfriend's here. You did smart then. Okay? One of the things you could have done, though, is gone to the police department. It's manned 24/7, so somebody's there all the time. So yes, could he have driven by? Yes, but we have cameras out front that could have caught the vehicle, things like that. Because right now, to be honest with you, it's he said, she said.
I gave the plate numbers by the way.
I know you did, but it's still your word against his, because no law enforcement actually observed the infraction. And unless the law enforcement agency sees the infraction, how are they going to determine that it actually occurred?
Yeah.
God forbid if anything else happens like this, and hopefully it never does. But if it does, a couple of things I may suggest to you. Please go to the police department. I know it sounds stupid, but it's a very secure space. Right. You can pull into the front of the parking lot. We have cameras everywhere.
I thought about it as I was driving by and didn't want to slam on my brakes. I was so scared to turn.
No, I understand completely. But one of the things is we can see what's going on because there's cameras, especially with our dispatch. They have the capability of seeing what's going on, so do we. So if we were to pull into our parking lot and knock on some wood, if something was to occur, we would have it on video. We could see what was going on. Officers can be dispatched with the quickness, especially when it's manned 24/7. Somebody could have come out the front door and said, WTF. But if we aren't told about it, okay, if we're just told it's happening down here, things like that, it's very difficult for us to see an infraction. We have to observe the infraction, okay? So you did right by stopping here, talking with the boyfriend, making sure you were okay. He was making sure you were okay. Talking to the guy, even better, but my suggestion to you is this. I may not have gone up to the car. Let me explain why. You don't know the guy.
Right.
You have no idea what this guy's mental state is or anything like that. He could have had a bad day, could have shot you, and I'm using extreme, so please don't take offense to that. But bad things can happen, and I don't want bad things to happen to good people.
Yep.
Okay, and that's the truth.
And I hadn't really stepped up into the car. I was already standing on the
I was
curb.
parked, and he parked right behind me right here, and just stopped with his window down.
So you still had a good distance away from him?
Yeah, there was a large distance.
I don't know if he's parked anywhere else. Like
I did a drive-by.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was checking just to make sure, because when in the call notes it said that you had been here. So I drove through, went up Jensen, came around, parked in here, and even went down there a little bit, but noticed no vehicle that he had.
I know I should have turned in. I was freaking out, and he was so close behind me. I didn't want to stop because he was like,
if he would have hit you,
I know, but I didn't want to worry about it.
he could have got too close he could have got traveling too close, following too close, because they're required to have enough space between the two of you that if you were to stop for a dog, cat, or kid, or whatever, they are required by law to have enough distance behind them to stop in time.
Yes.
So if you had decided you were going to turn in, as you put it, hit the brakes and turn into the police department, and he hit you, he'd have still been at fault.
Yes.
And then that's even, I say even better because I'm a traffic guy, so I like traffic. I'd have come out and we would have taken care of him at that point in time. You know, he would have got a ticket if he was DUI, because again, I hate to say it, it's not in the call notes.
He was very visual.
If it had been, it might have been a quicker response because we, like I said, we were doing our briefing and never mentioned anything about his state of mind or anything else. So, and then it just stated that the car was parked over here.
He was in the car smoking a cigarette, and he was just waiting.
And I don't want to say this again, but if it happens again, call us. Go to the police department. No interaction because I don't want you getting hurt. Again, I don't want good people hurt for bad people.
Yep.
Okay? I really don't want that to happen. And if need be, make another trip around. If you think that you were too close to the PD to stop in time, make another trip.
That's what my goal was if he wasn't outside, because he was already cleaning the windows, I think, as I was pulling.
I was done cleaning the windows.
Yeah, so I was driving by regardless, because I wasn't going to pull into my house. So I was just going to keep going, or go up the alleyway.
I'd have made another trip around, pulled in the police department, and said WTF. Okay?
Yeah.
Hey, other than that, there's not much law enforcement can do. I know that you were kind of freaked out about it, and I'm sorry that you got freaked out about it because somebody's being a turd. Again, sorry for using that word. You know, there are bad people in the world. There are. You know, anywhere we go, there's going to be some turd that's just going to, be mad, stick up his butt, something. I'm glad that you're not hurt. You know, again, I'm glad that you're not hurt. Although it sounds like you got propositioned, and I'm not making light of the situation, but
at the time, it caught me off guard too.
No, we don't swing that way. So we'll have to figure that out. If you see him again.
Okay.
Okay. No interaction. Let us know.
Yes.
Okay. At least this way we can kind of drive around, see if he's driving his car, if he makes any type of infractions, things like that. We're not talking about pretextual stops, but if we're driving around and we see that, you know, that he is obviously showing signs of impairment, then that's when they can stop a vehicle. But like I said, if you see him again, no interaction, you can let us know.